Hello, my name is Chloe Melloy. I go to ScnalanOaks and I'm in 5th grade. My project is about fossil fuels. First off, we have Yavi and Eve, and they're going to ask a few questions about fossil fuels.
What are fossil fuels?
Fossil fuels are an energy-providing material from the long-dead remains of living things.
Where do fossil fuels come from?
Geologists believe that fossil fuels come from the living things that died millions of years ago.
What are fossil fuels used for?
Fossil fuels are used for providing energy for people around the world.
What are some different types of fossil fuels?
Some different types of fossil fuels are coal, oil, and natural gas. And now I have a choose your own adventure story that Yavi and Eve are going to do. So, you are the governor of the state of Texas, and your job is to make important decisions for the state. A couple of days ago, many houses finished getting built, and you need to decide what type of energy the houses will be provided with. But there's one problem. We are running out of fossil fuels. You consult with your advisors and say, since we are running out of fossil fuels, we'll have to power the houses with resources that do not come from fossil fuels. One of your advisors says, in my opinion, I think the two best renewable resource options are nuclear or solar electricity. What do you guys want to do?
Solar. I say nuclear.
Okay, which one of you wants to go first? Okay. You decide to supply the houses with solar, but solar energy is not firm. A few days later, the city experiences a brownout because of the non-firm energy source. One day, the citizens of Texas storm over to you and demand for no more brownouts to happen. As you arrive at your meeting the next day, the first words you hear are, I just had the greatest idea, or should I say, ideas. An advisor blurts out, well, what are you waiting for? Just tell us your ideas already. You say at the top of your lungs, well, I was thinking of adding batteries to the houses or adding nuclear electricity to the houses. Both options will firm up the energy supply. An advisor says politely, those are both great ideas, but which to choose? You respond,
Batteries.
okay. You decide to add batteries to make the energy firmer. One day, a group of citizens happily come to you and say, thank you for making the energy stable. You win. The end. Okay, now, Eve, what did you choose again?
Nuclear.
You tell your advisors that you want to use nuclear energy. But if you want to use nuclear energy, then you have to choose where you want to put your nuclear power plant. Says one of your advisors, you can put it on the coastline near where everybody lives, or you can put it in the desert, far, far away.
I choose the coastline.
You decide to put your nuclear power plant on the coastline, but on the news you hear that there's a tsunami and an earthquake. Also, the nuclear power plant that just finished being constructed was destroyed, and toxic gas went everywhere. You think about your options. You can keep watching TV and act like nothing happened, or you can tell the civilians about the bad news and evacuate.
I'll keep on watching.
You watch TV for a few more minutes until you see this weird green smoke enter the room. You realize that the toxic gases leaked from the nuclear reactor, and the TV was not fake. There is nowhere to escape. You die. Now I will tell you about the formation of sedimentary rocks and fossil fuels. The first couple of steps to form sedimentary rocks are when rocks get weathered down, erosion carries them away, and then deposition drops off the sediment in a new location. This new location is an ocean for now. When marine animals die, they fall to the bottom of the sea floor, and over millions of years they get buried in the sediments. As the sediments and dead animals fall to the sea floor, they start to form layers. Through a process called compaction, the sediments and dead marine animals get compressed together with heat and pressure. Finally, water will go into the cracks in the sediments and act like glue to form sedimentary rocks. And now I'm going to show you how oil and natural gas are formed like this comic strip. Oil and natural gas form when animals die and fall to the seafloor and get buried in the sediments. With more heat and more pressure, the dead animals will turn into oil or natural gas. Oil and natural gas form in the same way. And this is about coal. Coal forms when plants in a swamp die, get buried in the sediment. The dead plants turn into peat, which is then compressed as more layers of sediment build up. Over millions of years, the peat hardens and turns into coal. Thank you.